Alright, what's going on, guys? So, ever since this new game, No More Room in Hell 2 came out, I've been doing a little thinking, right? How would I survive a zombie apocalypse? And I know what you're thinking. Everybody thinks they would survive, right? But not a lot of people actually do. So, I've been trying to put together a plan, a backup plan, I guess, if the zombie apocalypse were to happen. So I just want to give y'all a few tips because I've seen my fair share of zombie films. Let's just say that. Um, but to start off, the premise I'm gonna be looking for, I'm gonna say we're in the Walking Dead, right? Because that's just the most generic one. That one's not overkill or anything. Now, if we were talking something like World War Z, or I know it's technically not zombies, but I Am Legend, like I get they're vampires, but I don't care. All right. Um, so things like that. I think, obviously, I mean, if you're not Brad Pitt, you're not surviving World War Z. He just is very lucky and skilled. So, The Walking Dead breaks out, right? And I want to say I am, let's just say I'm at home. I'm starting to watch the news. People are going crazy, right? Not me, though, because I know what's going on. I played too many games, seen too many movies, right? So, first thing I'm going to do, depending on where I'm at, right? I'm grabbing my whole family. Everybody. Nobody's getting left out. Or my whole, like, immediate family, right? I'm grabbing everybody. And I'm getting in the cars. I'm driving to my dad's house, right? Now, where we live at, we're out in the countryside, right? There's a lot of fields. Not a whole lot of people. I mean, there's a good amount of people. It's not like a ghost town or anything. But we're not like in the immediate town, right? We're a little bit outside of it. So I think first step is get everybody together, right? Get a game plan going. Maybe a head count, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. How many people is this that we're talking about? Well, let's see. Uh, one, me, right? Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's say let's go ahead and 9 people, alright? So 9 people, all in this one house. I know what you're thinking, it's too cramped. Not everybody's gonna want to be in there. Alright, well, we're gonna have to make it work, alright? So in my house, we got a lot of like canned food, stuff like that. Got a lot of preserved food, because we do like canning and stuff. We got our own garden. All these animals, like we have like 30 goats, we have chickens, we have pigs, we have donkey, if it comes down to it, right? So we're gonna start eating them, alright? Not gonna be proud of it, but that's what we're gonna have to do. So, first thing I'm gonna get together, right? I'm gonna get all the guns in the house, get all the ammo, lay it all out, see what we're working with. Okay, me, myself, personally, I got an AR-10, right? And I got about 400, 500 rounds of ammo. I mean, if I'm just like hunting and stuff with it, if I'm not like going out and killing all the zombies I can, I mean, that'll last me a little bit, you know? That's just my personal stuff. I have a few shotgun shells as well. I have a 12 gauge and a hunting rifle. Um, so I think just my stuff alone will last a while. And then personally, we got all my dad and my brother's stuff, and then whatever my other family wants to bring. Because I mean, we're the main hitters, you know. Nothing's getting past us, for real. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? What about the zombies, dude? What about the zombies? They're slow. If we're talking about Walking Dead zombies, they're slow. Alright. They ain't smart. They ain't fast. So, what we're gonna do? We're gonna start building our fort. Okay? Barring up all the windows. We're gonna get the snipers upstairs. And around my house, right? It's like a bunch of fields, okay? So we're gonna have a clear line of sight to any zombie trying to come up close. I know what you're thinking. Aren't the gunshots gonna draw the walkers in? Well, yes. Okay, they are. But we're gonna try to like knife as many as we can, right? And the problem with The Walking Dead and why everybody died so fast was because they don't know what a zombie is, right? We do. That's what we, that's the advantage we have. All right. We know we gotta hit them in the head. If somebody dies, you gotta kill them or they'll come back. Whatever, whatever. Right? We already know these things. It's too easy. And the government would probably have it wrapped up in like a week max. Um. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's go on the presumption that it lasts more than a week. Let's say it lasts forever. Let's just go forever. Um, for the first couple years, honestly, I think I'm gonna stay. Maybe a year. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm gonna stay in the town that I live in, and I'm just gonna try to survive. I mean, we're gonna be good on food for a while. I think. The biggest thing would probably be gasoline, so we can maybe build some walls and stuff like that because we have equipment, but we'd have to worry about gasoline. So I think that would be the biggest thing that we're trying to get. The world goes to, you know, zombie land or whatever. We're gonna have to go get some gasoline for the tractors, for the trucks, for the skid steers, the lawnmower, even. We're gonna have to need gasoline for all that. For the generators, the chainsaws. It's not gonna be easy, but we're good on guns, right? We have guns. We're good on food for a little bit. So that's the next step. We gotta get the gasoline. Maybe build some walls. Now, where would we go when we eventually say we run out of medicine, we run out of gasoline, we run out of all this? Alright? Now, there's a few houses nearby. We could always check that. You want to check those early on, though. See if anybody's in them still, what they got going on. So that's what we're going to do at the start. You might be thinking, what if there are people in there? Are you taking in the survivors? Are you gunfighting them? What's going on? Well, I'm not probably going to take in any of them because I don't know them like that, and I don't think they'll be useful. But I mean, if they prove themselves useful and they want to join my team, come on. You know what I'm saying? As long as they can provide anything valuable, then they can come. Um, let's see what else. Let's talk about why um you know, let's talk about why the um yeah, hold that thought. Okay, now we're gonna talk about some other scenarios, right? Let's say let's say it's not The Walking Dead. Let's say it's let's say we're with Will Smith in I Am Legend. As we all know, we've all seen I Am Legend 100 times, right? The virus is airborne. So it doesn't matter if you are bit or killed or whatever, you're probably just gonna get it because there's like a very, very low percent chance that you're immune, like Will Smith is, and the other survivors out in the mountains or whatever. So let's just say we do get lucky. Um, if we're in New York, it could low key be a blessing and a curse, right? Because there's a lot more of the little vampire guys, right? But there also is a lot more food and shit. Especially if everybody just like died all of a sudden, left all the food, so you wouldn't have to worry about food. You really wouldn't have to worry about guns or ammo. You wouldn't have to worry about like all the regular stuff about that, right? The main problem is actually these vampires. So, I mean, you would try to do everything you can. You would not go out at night. You would, you know, put vinegar on the steps. Get you a dog. You know, everything you can do. But eventually you're just gonna slip up. I mean, these guys are smart. Now, let's say we're out in the country. You know, I can't wait for I Am Legend 2. I don't know if they're still doing that or what's the move on that, but I would love to see like how it is outside the city. Um, let's say again we're in the country, and these guys are still the Dark Seekers, are still, you know, they're still out there. There's just not as much places for them to hide. And there's not as much places for you to hide. You're not gonna have as much ammo, food. Well, maybe you will, but it'll definitely be a lot harder to get from place to place because you know everything's not walking distance. You gotta drive, or it's an all-day thing. So you're gonna want to get some gasoline, get a car, get a bike, because you don't want to be walking around all day and overestimating. You're like, damn, I got 2 hours back to the house and it's almost nighttime. You're cooked. You're done for. You know? There's no coming back from that. Because these guys are stronger than you, faster than you. They're pretty smart. I don't know if they're smarter than you know? Especially not smarter than Dr. Neville. Alright, he's the GOAT. But let's say you kidnap his girlfriend, right? He's gonna be pissed. He's gonna come looking for you in your house, in your barn, wherever you are. You know where I might go? I might go like, if you think about it, the lowest population area probably will have the lowest population of dark seekers. Okay, so I'm going up to the mountains. And I know what you're thinking. You can't survive in the mountains. You're not Chris Kyle, you're not the Alaskan bush people, you're not the outdoor boys. Alright? And I'm not saying I'm gonna go survive in the woods, but I'm saying I'm gonna go in a cabin in the woods. I'm gonna find a creek. I'm gonna start fishing. Alright. As many fish as I can get, and I know what you're thinking. They're not restocking the pond or the creek anymore, buddy. Mother Nature's gonna do that for me. Alright, with no humans around overfishing, they're just gonna start populating like crazy. The wildlife are gonna take over. Boom. That's a deer for breakfast. Because as you remember, I got my AR-10, right? Now, I'm gonna take my chances where I'm the only one that's immune, right? I mean, I don't think, you saw how low the whole New York was gone? And only Dr. Neville's? Yeah, it's pretty low chances. So, we're gonna say that I'm the only one left. Maybe I meet a survivor down the road. But let's just say I'm the only one left. Oh, you know it'd be tough though? Getting to the mountains. Because that's about a 2.5 hour drive. If I if I wake up early in the morning, the highway's not jammed up, nothing bad happens, I think I can make it there before nighttime. But then again, I really don't know how this world actually looks because I've only seen New York. I really haven't seen a lot of other places, so I don't know how bad it is, you know? But the plan's still the same. We're gonna get to the mountains, try to survive, um, do all we can. Do I think we will survive? No. Have I thought way too much about this? Yes. Do I think I have a better chance than most people? Maybe. When you say most people, that's referring to a lot of people. I mean, there's people that can't even tie their shoe. There's people that can't even uh, do extinction on hardcore difficulty and get it up. You know, people like me that can't do that stuff. The hardcore gamers of this world. I think we got it in the bag. Now let's throw in a little side quest. Dr. Neville comes to me and he's like, "Hey, you have the cure. You have the cure and we need your blood." Like a blood transfusion, right? I know what you're thinking. Why would you have the cure? You're just a regular guy. That's where you're wrong. I'm not a regular guy. So, I'm gonna be like, okay, you need my blood to make this cure, and I'm gonna help him out. But then he dies, and he's like, his last words are, you gotta take over this operation. You gotta become a scientist, medical examiner. And at that point is when we're all doomed, because I ain't doing all that. Alright, that was his job. But maybe he won't die if he doesn't lose Sam. Maybe if he has a friend, you know, he won't go crazy and everybody will be okay. But that's my I Am Legend scenario, right? Let's recap. I'm in the mountains, I'm fishing, I'm hunting. Vinegar on the doorstep, you know, not going out at nighttime. I don't know how I'm gonna I don't know how I'm gonna forticate this cabin I'm buying to make it where they can get in, but we'll figure that out another time. Maybe I'll put a bunch of cars around the house. I don't know. We'll see. But next scenario. Alright, so I've done some thinking. I want to continue with this I Am Legend scenario because I think it's a little bit more fun than just these Walking Dead zombies. You've heard it a million times, right? How are you gonna survive I Am Legend? The Dark Seekers, everything. So let's continue the premise that I've made it to this cabin, right? I have a fishing rod. I know how to get fish. I have ammunition for hunting, for protection, for everything, right? But let's make it spicy, you know? Can't be boring. I have a companion. Let's say I have a companion, an animal. I'm just gonna go with a dog. That's how he did it. Let's say I have a dog to keep me company. And I have him trained pretty well. You know, he's not like running off. He he knows what's going on, basically. Like, he's not an idiot. He knows at nighttime she gets real. Um, Now I want to give myself a situation here. Let's say it's nighttime, and I'm hunkered down in the bathtub, you know. Um, let's say somebody's on the front porch moving around. Now, I don't know if this is survivors. I don't know if this is a dark seeker. I don't know if this is a mannequin. I don't know. So, we're gonna say, hold on, I gotta pause it. There's 100 lawnmowers outside. Alright, I'm sorry if y'all can hear the lawnmower noises in the back. This guy's mowed about the same spot 37 times, and I'm not really sure what's going on anymore, but we're gonna continue regardless. Alright, I think where we left off, we just got our dog, right? He knows what's going on. Everything's cool. Oh, the front porch. There's someone at the front porch. We don't know what it is, right? Let's say it is a dark seeker. Let's say they've sniffed me out somehow, and they're not sure I'm here, but they have a good idea. The first time it happens, I think I'm just gonna hide. Right? Maybe they lose interest, go away. But then the second time, they're gonna know, like, okay, it's not a coincidence. There's somebody in here. We're breaking down doors. We're getting inside. We're getting this guy. You know? And they don't travel alone. Like, if they're coming to your house, you saw what happened to Will Smith. There was about hundreds of them. So, first time I'm gonna hide. You know, maybe I've thought this out. I got a spot under the house, maybe. So let's do that. But as soon as day breaks, I'm out. I'm leaving that whole place. I'm taking whatever I can. I'm moving as far as I can down the road. I'll probably travel along the river a little bit, you know, just see what I can do. See if I can find another place, but I'm not sure. Because I think at that point, you're kind of cooked. This far into it, I mean, they're probably going to be trying to get every lead they can, because at this point, I mean, they've taken everybody. And I'm not actually sure how it works in I Am Legend. I've seen the movie about 100 times, but I'm not sure, like, the only thing you see him really eating is that deer. And you don't really have to be bitten to turn. You just have to be infected with the virus, which was airborne at the time. So, I mean, everybody was. They didn't get a lot of chances to eat people, so I'm not sure how the nutritional value works for them, if they need the blood to survive. I'm not sure what's going on, but nights are very dangerous, okay? Obviously, you're not catching me out of the house at nighttime. That's just a no-brainer. Let's see some other things that's going on. We got, we could say, okay, what if your dog goes missing at night? And that's all you got. Honestly, dude, I'm gonna lock up the doors and pray for his return in the morning. Have y'all seen the movie It Follows? It's not a zombie movie. It doesn't really show what's the main issue. It's kind of like I don't know, like a virus, I guess, that's trying to kill him. But the dog escapes. He doesn't escape, obviously. He wasn't being held captive. But the dog, during the day, they're out working in the yard, in the woods, trying to get some firewood or whatever they're doing. The dog hears something, runs off. And then later that night, the dog actually shows up back inside the house. And it's covered in blood. I think it's already dead at this point. But you know whatever got him has the virus, like, already. So that dog basically infected all of them. If something like that happened to me, I would probably just have to jump off the nearest mountain. Because realistically, what am I going to do? As soon as they start playing games with me, I'm done. Like, if they start trying to, like, scare me and shit, hang up, like, deers and stuff, like in the ritual, I mean, it's wraps. I'm calling it right there, because there's no way I'm dealing with that shit. Especially if I'm all alone in the Appalachian Mountains. That's just not going to work for me. So maybe we have a bigger problem now. Because maybe there's other shit going on that I don't know about. But I'm just going to say that if I had to deal with The Walking Dead or The Dark Seekers and I Am Legend, I'm picking The Walking Dead a million times over. Because one of them, you have a chance, right? Shoot, even the government might have their wraps by a week. You never know with The Walking Dead. Knowing what everybody knows nowadays about modern zombies, pop culture, everything, it's probably getting wrapped up in a weekend. Especially in America. Everybody's got a gun. But if it's The Dark Seekers and I Am Legend, I mean, I might survive. Let's say I am immune to the virus. I might survive, like, a month, realistically. And it depends how many's there, too. Because if there's nobody there, there's no Dark Seekers there, I mean, I'll live as long as I can. I'll get food as much as I can, but I think the way that I will die is literally just some mistake. Because you can make any mistake, like, if they track you back to your house, they just bombard you. You can't kill them all, right? You just gotta wait till sunrise, and then after sunrise, they're gonna be looking for you every day. So, with all that being said, I've done way too much thinking about this hypothetical scenario, and I want to know y'all's thoughts. And also, did y'all enjoy the gameplay for this Mayday run? It was my second attempt, actually, of the day, because the first one, I was a little rusty, and I died on the final fight, because I couldn't figure out how to get off the turret. Now, for these extinction maps, I don't have all of them posted up. I know I have Point of Contact, Nightfall, Exodus, and now this Mayday one's coming up. So I just need Awakening for the last one, but I have beat all the maps. I'm prestige like 6 or something. And you might be wondering, how do you still play all these? How do you still play this game even though you've beaten all the maps? Well, it's fun. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And the way that I still play is I just try to get higher and higher level. I try to get more teeth so I can unlock better stuff. Because that's the main progression system in this game. You gotta get teeth. You gotta get levels. Because, I mean, once you've unlocked everything, there's really no point in playing anymore except for just fun. But I haven't unlocked everything. I'm still pretty low in comparison to like all the upgrades you can get. So if you're on Xbox and you want to play, just add my gamer tag. You'll see it in the gameplay. If you have any comments on this video, feel free. I'll respond to all of them. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you see any maybe loopholes or holes in my theory about how I would survive, feel free to let me know, and I'll try to address that. Thank you. For next time, I'll see y'all guys.